And a good evening, Lady Bronc soccer fans, and welcome to some Lady Bronc soccer here. They're taking on Cheyenne Central this evening. It is our first Lady Bronc broadcast for soccer, at least since almost a month ago. 4-3 is the last Lady Bronc game we had. There's been some delays, some postponements and whatnot that we were supposed to have some games, and then they got delayed and moved around and whatnot. They'd been on the road for a while, but we are back here at Homer Scott Field, and we are going to watch the Sheridan Lady Broncs take on the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Stephen Schreffler alongside me here, James Timberlake and Coleman Hanchett on the cameras. Stephen, it is a beautiful night for some soccer.
Fantastic. And it also looks like Avery McMullen is dressed out on the field as a starter ready to go.
Last time we saw the Lady Broncs, she went down with an injury. I think she's been back the last couple of games, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously, it's good to see her back, at least with our own eyes, here on the broadcast as well. She did go down with that injury, but she is back, and she is ready to go as part of the starting lineup. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting lineup for the Sheridan Lady Broncs. Sarah Munn will start in goal for the Lady Broncs, followed by Avery McMullen. She's wearing the captain's sleeve as well. Avery Von Krosik will also start wearing the captain's sleeve, and then followed by Ella Ballou, Savannah Child, Juliet Kane, also the other captain in the midfield. Sydney Warnicki, Sydney Zabrowski, Danny Grooms, Parker Tridy, and Anna Tarver as the starting lineups for the Lady Broncs. Let's go ahead and look at the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians as well. Elise Newton will start in goal for the Indians, the Lady Indians, and then Claire Coles wearing the captain's armband, Autumn Ellison wearing also the captain's armband, and then Aiden Thompson, Marlo Ellis, Alexis Miller, Lancy Hill, Kimberly Klassen, Caitlin Merrick, and then Brenna Perriton, and then Ava Newton round things out wearing the final captain's armband. The Lady Broncs, just like their counterparts, the Broncs, they are undefeated on the season. They only draw, the only, I guess, negative, if you can call it that, the only neutral/negative for this Lady Broncs team was a draw, and it was against this Cheyenne Central team a couple of weeks ago. So we will see if they can avenge that, if you will. Central not playing nearly as up to par as the Sheridan Lady Broncs, as they are 3-4-1 on the season. And this will be an interesting matchup, as again, this is the only draw that the Lady Broncs have had so far this year, and looking to continue their unbeaten streak as we head into the last couple of matchups here this season. Taking on Central today, and then they'll take on East tomorrow, and then I believe their last game of the season will be on Tuesday, at least of the regular season will come on Tuesday before they head into postseason play. Again, I did say that last week about the Broncs as well, and guess what? We have another Bronc game coming up next Friday, so all the hubbubaloo, if you will, of it being their last game. I figured senior night would have been the last home game of the season, but I was wrong about that for the Broncs. They got another game coming up next Friday. Whatever. Neither here nor there. We'll have that one for you here as well. We're just about ready to go here. We're waiting on the referee to get situated. It'll be Cheyenne Central starting with the ball to get things going. Checking both sides, and whistle is away, and we are underway here at Homer Scott Field. Thank you very much for joining us. Again, Lady Bronc Soccer, brought to you by Camco Federal Credit Union, Range, and McDonald's as some of our main sponsors here this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. Cheyenne Central moving the ball back a little bit as they get things underway, passing it around the back. And last time we saw this Sheridan Lady Bronc team, they were kind of similar to the Broncs. They were super high press team. They like to pressure high up the field and force turnovers in that way. And it was working for them when we saw them previously. And we will see if that continues here for the Lady Broncs as they retain possession here after taking it away from Central higher up the field, as Central was making a pretty good push there. But then a turnover by the Lady Broncs. We're going to get a throw in here for Central. And it's going to get taken away by the Lady Broncs. I believe that last game we actually had for you, I believe that was the one that was in Bighorn, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it?
Is that right? I think that's right.
I think it might have been.
Doesn't it feel like forever ago?
Yeah, forever ago.
I think that was the last one we had was in Bighorn. I may be wrong about that. I think we may have had that one and then the Saturday game in which they came back and played, but I think the last one we had was the one in Bighorn. Nonetheless, here at Homer Scott Field now, Cheyenne with the ball, looking to get their first conversion, first goal of this one. They're moving forward with the ball. A couple throw-ins in a row here. Lady Bronx playing some pretty good defense here so far. They're going to knock it out a couple times, and then we're going to have another throw-in up this time. They're basically inching up the field closer and closer to the corner flag. Central with another throw-in here. And this one's going to be essentially on the corner flag. It'll probably be used as a makeshift corner, if you will, if they can get it down
Right.
towards the center of the pitch. It's a pretty good throw-in, but defended nicely by Sheridan. And then turned over again. That one, thought it was offsides, but no flag up. As Sheridan still trying to clear it out of their own area. Some good high pressure from Central so far. McMullen's going to get on top of it here, though, and she's going to try to find the long ball down the field, and she finds Sydney Warnicki. It was a great pass, who then leaves it off to her teammate Parker Tridy, and she's going to take the shot. It's going to go just wide.
Just wide. Wow.
That was a
Good attempt.
big opportunity, yeah.
Huge attempt there.
Some great passing. All it took was a couple of touch passes, one from McMullen, then to Sydney Warnicki, and then Warnicki laid it off to Tridy, and she had the one-on-one against Elise Newton, but just sent it a little wide. What a start. What a first attack for Sheridan.
You know what? High pressure right out of the gate from Central, though.
Big-time counterattack, and we'll have another shot here as the goal kick went right to the feet of Sydney Warnicki. She tried to send one through, but goes just wide. So we'll have another goal kick here for Cheyenne Central. Elise Newton again in between the pipes here. Got a lot of Lady Bronx dressed out for this one as well. Basically a full swap of bench players at disposal if needed. Sydney Warnicki is going to get it initially, then turn it over to Central, and then some good defense being played in the middle of the field. Juliet Kane takes it away. And the Lady Bronx will try to move back up the field, going to the outside towards Ella Ballou over there. And just too heavy of a touch. He's going to turn it over. Now Cheyenne Central is going to try to run with it themselves. Good idea on the through ball, but Sheridan does a good job of taking it away. And now Central will have an attack here as it's going to roll, and it's going to go out of play. It's going to be a goal kick here. That was just a little too heavily weighted.
Great job by Avery Von Krosik to turn that around.
Yeah, Avery Von Krosik, one of the captains. She's been good defender for this team from what we've seen so far this year. And the goal kick here from Sheridan. Central able to intercept. And then now it'll be a throw in here for Sheridan. It goes out of play. And Sheridan with the throw in. They're going to find Ella Ballou and then move it upfield to Tridy. And then McMullen has it here. Kind of playing a center forward position more than a striker, if you will. Almost a cam. She's playing pretty far back. It's going to be cleared away. And Sarah Munn's just going to run this one down. And moving it around the back. Von Krosik back to her teammate. Sheridan working pretty methodically up the field. Just a couple of pretty good tackles from Central here so far, like that one. That's taken the ball away, but some pretty accurate passes early on here. Another one here to Sydney Warnicki. She does a little 1-2 with her teammate, Danny Grooms. But a turnover will give Central the ball back, and they'll pass it around the back. Ella Ballou with a good interception, though, to get this one in an attacking area. Going to try to find her teammate. And they'll try to move up the field. Parker Tridy with it here. Good pass to Sydney Warnicki, who's going to one-touch that, but just off the end of her foot, and it rolls out of play. Goal kick here for Central.
You know, Ella Ballou usually comes away with the ball in those little battles, those little scrimmages, those one-on-ones.
She's also been cutting inside a lot here early on. Taking the ball instead of going out wide, she's kind of playing a left wing spot and cutting back inside, looking for some plays in the middle. So we're back underway here. It's going to be ball bouncing in the air, Both teams fighting for it. Sheridan going to come away with it and control it and send it forward. McMullen on it.
Almost a hip check there.
And almost tackled.
By
almost football
Alexis
tackled.
Miller from Central.
Mullen gets it back. Going to send it out wide to Warnicki. Warnicki going to do a little jab step. No. Pass it back. Recover. Give it back to Avery McMullen. And McMullen tries to make a move on her defender, gets it out to Warnicki. Warnicki will cross it in, gets deflected, and then right to the feet of Avery McMullen, and she tries to send a shot through, but that one gets deflected as well. Comes right back to her. She sends it back to Von Krosik for some safety, kind of reset, and then gets it back. Then she tries to send it off to Juliet Kane, and intercepted by Cheyenne Central, and they're going to knock it out of play, and we'll have a throw-in. Avery Von Krosik taking the throw-in. And a pretty good throw-in, but intercepted nicely by Central, but knocked away again, and it'll be another Sheridan throw-in here.
Sheridan just has that patience, that the presence and
presence
dominance
of mind. Yeah,
it's just fantastic to watch from up here.
Yeah, lots of smart passes so far early on. Not a lot of turnovers. Central with an attack here. It's going to be 4-on-3 on the break. Trying to send a through ball through to the striker, but knocked out of play. Eva Newton was making the run down there. But it's going to be knocked out of play. It's going to be a goal kick, it looks like, here for Sheridan. I want to give a big shout out to Camco Federal Credit Union as always. They can help you get a competitive rate if you are in the market for buying a vehicle maybe. The Camco loan team is ready to assist you today. You can go in today or apply online at camcofcu.com. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and an equal housing lender, supporting Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer as always. Big thank you to Camco Federal Credit Union for being one of our great partners for these broadcasts. As Sheridan again with another pretty decent attack and some high pressure up the field. They're just swarming the basically last defender on the field that's touching the ball. And then trying to get a shot off here, but it's going to roll right harmlessly into the arms of Elise Newton. And she will pick it up and reset. Sheridan in their classic blue on blue. Whereas Cheyenne Central wearing the white tops and the black bottoms for their kit choice. Going to throw in here for Avery Von Krosik, the defensive area. It's going to be passed to Parker Tridy. And then sent out wide to Warnicki, and then Warnicki turns it over towards the middle of the field again. And Tridy gets it back. She's going to send it up to Warnicki. And Warnicki, a little bit of a mistouch there, and it gets knocked out of play. Sheridan will have the throw in here. She's going to throw it immediately, Warnicki. And Warnicki will get it back. She tries to find the middle of the field on a run, but some good defense being played there by Autumn Ellison. She takes it away. And then some good counter defense there by Avery Von Krosik.
That was impressive from Von Krosik there.
And it's going to go out of play. Von Krosik will get it back. She's going to send it down to Sydney Warnicki. And Warnicki's going to send it to Tridy, and that would have been a really good touch pass. It is a good touch pass. It got to Ella Ballou, and Ella Ballou shoots it and scores it into the back of the net. I thought she was looking for Avery McMullen, and McMullen let it go through right to the boot of Ella Ballou. And
Ella Ballou came out of nowhere.
Speaking of presence of mind.
Wow. I was like that was an errant pass, but no.
So did I.
Ella Ballou came out of left field and just
blasted it into the back of the net.
What a rocket.
That was beautiful. I thought she was looking for Avery McMullen, but McMullen, again, had the presence of mind, slow down, and then let it go by her, and Ella Ballou was waiting for it.
They faked us out up here in the box.
They got us. The classic fool the press box. So it's a 1-0 game here. Sheridan leading after the goal at about the 30-minute and 30-second mark. Ella Ballou with the goal and an assist for Parker Tridy. Great couple of passes. And we'll get another through ball here for Ella Ballou. She's going to be out wide, trying to spread out the center of the defense. Great move on her defender there. And she's going to send it back towards the middle. Another shot taken, and another goal is scored. And this time they will flip-flop. Ella Ballou with the assist and Parker Tridy with the goal.
Way to take turns.
Yeah. How about that? Using the classic kickoff glitch. So 2 goals in essentially 25 seconds.
Sydney Warnicki coming off the field, taking a breather.
How about that for a start?
What a heck of a start. Sheridan on the attack again. Oh, and takes it out.
It's going to go out of play here. Trying to catch up on the old scorebook here. Because now I'm behind.
It's hard when they're back-to-back.
No kidding. So the difference there, that was basically exactly 25 seconds. And just switch sides. It was Parker Tridy on the goal there from the assist from Ella Ballou. Another great pass, too. Ella Ballou put on a really good move on her defender, cleared some open space, and saw Parker Tridy just to her right to get a better angle, and just put a rocket in the back of the net. You got two early front runners for players of the game for the Lady Broncs. Ella Ballou, Parker Tridy.
Ella Ballou with the rocket, then the beautiful assist.
Yep, beautiful move, and then the great pass. Find the open teammate and in the perfect spot. Sheridan with another attack here. Looking to, again, this is the only team that they've had a non-win against. This is the only team they drew against. It was back in, I don't know if that was one of the games that we had. I don't remember. I don't think it was, but I could be wrong about that.
Ella Ballou just had another beautiful setup.
Another good move.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the games that we had, it looks like. I think it was an away game that they drew on because it was recent. But it was a 1-1 draw. And Sheridan immediately, they doubled their score that they had in that game with a 2-0 lead here, and they did it in essentially 25 seconds. The first goal came at 30:31, and the second goal was at 30:06. As we have a attempted through ball here for Central. Coming down the field is Ava Newton, and Ava Newton was hauling for that one, but goes out of play.
Foot on the gas for that one, that's for sure.
It's going to be cleared away here by Sheridan. The big thing for both of these, for Sheridan Lady Broncs and the Sheridan Broncs, that we've kind of, I think I've taken away more than anything, is their defenses have been incredibly stout. They don't allow a lot of free attempts and whatnot at goal. They're really good at communicating, especially the two center backs are really good at communicating and knowing who is where. And that's been a huge, very valuable asset for both of those teams.
Look at this through ball.
Another good attempted through ball here, and they were looking for Gabby Greer, who came on in substitution a little bit earlier, but just out of her reach. Another pass here from Central as they were trying to find Ava Newton, and then Ava Newton, they were trying to clear it away, took one right off the noggin as a clearance ball right off the top of the head. She's coming off, it looks like. They have to put a pause. Well, maybe not. She might continue play. She's all right.
Ref just checking on her.
Mm-hmm. They got to look for blood, I think, but it looks like she's going to be all right. Got a couple subs waiting here for Sheridan to come in as well. Bailey Bennick waiting, as well as Aaron Newton waiting, and Paisley Hewlett waiting as well to come in. We'll have a reset here for Sheridan, a little free kick, or a drop kick, if you will. And it's going to be bouncing here on the middle of the field. Ella Ballou's going to attack it, try to get in front of it, but Central clears it back down the field. Ava Newton going to come up from her forward position, try to find a teammate, and then Von Krosik's just going to come up and launch it away. It'll go back towards the middle of the field. We're kind of playing ping pong, if you will, here. Bouncing back and forth. Yep. Avery Von Krosik going to try to get on top of it here, and then it's going to be Juliet Kane who has it. They try to settle things down a little bit. Now a cross out wide, trying to find a through ball for Central. And Savannah Child out there in that left back position is just going to let it roll out of play. Trying to attempt a throw in back towards Ella Ballou. But no dice. It'll go back to Central. And now Central with an attack here, looking for a cross, possibly. A pretty good cross, but no one in the area for Ava Newton, who made the cross. She had one teammate trailing, but too much distance.
This is a good attempt from Central. The previous games that we saw from Sheridan, their competitors actually had a hard time getting in their zone at all. So
yep.
Cheyenne is putting shots on net and getting some crosses in the area.
It's a good pass there by Juliet Kane. She's looking for, I was going to say Sydney Warnke, but it's Gabby Greer on the outside. And she tried to find it back towards the middle, but it's going to be cleared out of play, and Central will, Sheridan will have a throw-in. We'll have a couple subs come on. Previously mentioned subs. And throw in here is going to find Bailey Bennick towards the middle of the field. Just came in. Ella Ballou out wide. Again, a nice move by Ella Ballou. She's putting on a clinic out there with her footwork.
Freaking amazing footwork.
She's holding out the ball here.
Oh!
And then a clearance goes right. That's 2 in a row we've seen. Right to the face of Bailey Bennick.
She's walking it off.
She's walking it off. She's got the...
that was straight to the nose.
Yeah, right to the face. That is a risk you take sometimes with the soccer.
All I saw was the glasses go flying.
Yeah, I think she's got like the sport goggles, which is, I mean, obviously good idea. They did come off, and she's going to come off, but she's sprinting off, so that's good to see. That's why you get the goggles, ladies and gentlemen.
Right there.
She's got them back on. She's running to the sideline. No damage done. She's going to keep on playing. Once she gets checked up on, obviously.
That was a powerful kick straight to the face. Not straight to the face, but ball to the face.
Yeah.
Wow.
It would have been a lot worse if it was a kick straight to the face.
Yeah. I mean, that can happen.
That can happen, yeah, true. So we'll have a reset here. It'll be a free kick here for Sheridan. They win a free kick. I didn't see what happened. I didn't know if it was. I don't think it was a foul. It may have been a handball. I believe it's Sydney Zabrowski on it, if I can see that correctly. I believe so. Here in pretty dangerous area. Here comes the free kick, and it's going to be on the ground. It was kind of scuffed by Zabrowski, and Central is going to clear it away immediately. But brought forward nicely by Sheridan. As it's again bouncing around a little bit here in the midfield. It's going to fall towards Avery McMullen. She's going to try to find her teammate, then make a run. We'll reset Parker Tridy on it here, looking for a couple teammates as well to make a run. Back out to Aaron Newton.
If you notice with Sheridan, whoever has the ball in our possession here, they have that teammate backing them up. Just wide.
Yep.
Just backing them up and just kind of being there for them.
Yep. Yeah, they're keeping the passing angles tight-knit. The triangles close together. They're kind of moving up in the triangles. With the triangles as they're passing. And whoever they pass to, they are trying to make a run as well. Whoever's taking the pass, after the receiver gets it, they try to make a run up the field, which is good passing mechanics. Got about 23 minutes left here in this first half. It's going to be Gabby Greer with it. She's going to send it back towards the middle, towards Parker Tridy. And she's going to send a cross in towards Avery McMullen. And then Ella Ballou is going to try to get to it again, but it's going to get knocked out of play. I believe that was off of Ella Ballou as well. Pretty good attempt, but going to go out of play again.
Ella Ballou was there and ready.
Yeah. Another good pass, too, by McMullen that time.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot more there's not much that's more satisfying than like really good build-up play in soccer or hockey as well too, and then that leads to a goal. That's just fun to watch. Everybody on the same page, making the right pass, leading to a goal. We've seen that twice here in this one so far. Ball bouncing around here, waiting for a little bit of 50-50 chance, and Sheridan going to get on top of it, and Parker Tridy is going to try to bring it down. It's going to roll out of play, and it will be a Sheridan throw. And again, Sheridan dominating the possession in the offensive area as Avery Von Krosik will come back in. Brooklyn Ellis is going to come in, and Sydney Warnicki will come back in as well. Update as well, Bailey Bennick still on the sideline, just getting checked up on.
Being able to take a hit like that and still get off the field under your own power is phenomenal.
Not a fun experience.
No.
Probably a little bit of a headache, if I'm guessing. But hopefully no concussion or anything like that. I'm sure checking on that down on the sideline. Parker Tridy with it here. She's going to try to find Sydney Warnicki on the outside, but gets intercepted and cleared out. But Sheridan hops on top of it again. It's going to be Avery Von Krosik with it here. And she will send it back out wide. And then back towards the middle, Sheridan. Again, dominating the middle of the field. Just feels like every ball that's rolling around in the middle, Sheridan is on top of it. Sydney Warnicki with it. She's going to send the ball back towards McMullen, then make a run. and get to the out wide, cross in, but it goes off the top of the goalpost, so it'll be out of play for a goal kick for Central.
Nice setup, nice execution. Just, I'm not sure if that was a cross attempt or a shot attempt, but both looked good.
I think it was a cross. It just went a little too wide. A little too wide. Another big thank you to Range Cyber Attacks. They don't just put your data at risk, they can put your productivity at risk as well. And Range's managed IT services gives you a full suite of data protection. Let the Range experts take care of your company's cybersecurity, supporting youth sports in Sheridan County and beyond. You can go online to range.net for more information. And they've been supporting Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer and beyond for a long time as well. So big thank you to Range as always. As Sarah Munn's going to have to come up and clear this one away. Ava Newton would have had a shot at it there if Sarah Munn had not come up and cleared that one away. So good keeping by her.
With authority.
Yep. Put a charge into it. Sheridan coming back and playing some defense in their own area.
Pretty sure that was a bald eagle.
It was a bald eagle.
Went left to right.
That was we've had that two weekends in a row. We had one, or not weekends, but we had one on Tuesday as well that flew over.
You know what? Over there by the power area to the right, my son actually saw one not too long ago.
Really?
It must have been the same one.
Maybe. Maybe they got a nest nearby. Or that one's got a nest nearby. Bald eagles are cool.
Hey,
I'll be honest with you. Not the bird I would have picked for our national bird of choice.
Yeah? Is there a better one?
Yeah, there's like the pairing hawk is cool.
Okay.
I like those. But I mean, I didn't make the choice. Another great through ball here to Sydney Warnicki, and another good touch by her. She's going to send a shot through, and a goal scored. Wow, that was beautiful. More beautiful build-up play by the Sheridan Lady Bronc team.
How do you even stop that as a keeper?
Yeah,
you don't.
At that point, you're at the whim of the person with the ball. At that point,
she had the patience and the mindset to go up there, not take the shot. Fake left, fake right, take the shot. Yeah,
that was really good patience by Sydney Warnicki. Some good movement with the ball, and to do it with her left foot as well. I don't know if that's her off foot, but she put a charge into it. That was a great build-up play. The assist goes to Avery McMullen, and McMullen she's listed as a striker, but playing a little bit more of a cam role more than anything right now. She's been coming back and
kind of being the glue in the middle of the field.
Yeah, exactly. Almost a center forward spot more than a striker right now. So 3 goals from 3 separate Lady Broncs right now. One from Ella Ballou, one from Sydney Warnicki, and one from Parker Triety, and 3 different assists from 3 different Broncs as well. One from Avery McMullen, one from Ella Ballou, and one from Parker Triety as well. So how about that? 3-0 game here in the first half. Got about 18:32 to go. Put that down as goal that happened at about the 19-minute mark. I didn't get the exact time on it.
Sheridan doing everything they can to make sure we don't have a draw here.
Yeah, another draw from the lone team they've gotten a draw from this season. Leaving no doubt here early on. Again, if you're watching us on SheridanMedia.com or the Facebook, YouTube pages as well, we have our live chats open, so tell us where you're listening from, or watching from, I should say, who you're here to support. We greatly appreciate you tuning in. Even if you're from Cheyenne Central, watching from afar, give you a shout-out. We appreciate you tuning in here on SheridanMedia.com and on the YouTube and Facebook pages as well. We greatly appreciate it.
We just appreciate you
tuning in. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
No matter what. Big thanks for everybody tuning in. We had that one gentleman the last time we were doing not the last Bronc game, but the last time I think we had a doubleheader between the Broncs and the Lady Broncs, and it was the gentleman from Spain that tuned in.
Oh yeah, that was
amazing. That was crazy.
Former
Bronc.
Former Bronc player.
Yeah, former Bronc player, and he was just watching some of his buddies play.
If I remember right,
That one was close to being out of the goalie box.
McMullen was there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she grabs that out of the goalie box. I believe it's a penalty, too. A penalty kick. But, nonetheless, she picks it up and sends it away.
I believe that player from Spain was also currently playing, right?
Yeah, he plays, if I remember correctly, he's playing for a club team or something
amazing.
like that. Yeah. Sheridan Broncs and Lady Broncs all over the world. Just goes to show. Small world, honestly.
We're worldwide.
Worldwide. Small town, but worldwide.
As Bob Grimmins would say during the
Sheridan
Wild Rodeo.
True.
We're worldwide.
Worldwide. Sheridan again with a commanding 3-0 lead here. Avery McMullen looking to draw a foul. Not going to get one, it doesn't look like. And trying to send it down the opposite way is Autumn Ellison. Trying to find her teammate. She does. Great through ball. Good weight on that one, but knocked out of play. Good defense being played by the Lady Broncs. It was Aiden Thompson who ran it down, and then good defense being played by Savannah Child over there, and then also Sydney Zabrowski on that left side.
Way to get there from Central. I didn't think that was actually catchable. But
yeah, I thought that was rolling out.
There.
Get a couple subs in here for Cheyenne Central. Eva Newton will come out as well as Autumn Ellison. Some good work being put in by both of them. Got about 15 minutes to go here in this first half. And we'll get a foul called against Sheridan. So this will be in free kick territory, dangerous free kick territory. We'll have a bunch of subs waiting for Sheridan to come in. Savannah Child. Oh, so Savannah Child went off on that last call. I apologize. Savannah Child looking to come back in, as well as Parker Tridy and Bailey Bennick will look to come back in as well. And so will Gabby Greer, waiting on the sideline. This is actually a penalty kick. This is not a free kick.
Yeah,
this is in the area. Excuse me.
I was trying to figure out the same thing.
So did I, yeah. I thought it was outside the box, but not the call. So penalty being taken by Alexis Miller for Central. Sarah Munn in goal. And here comes the run-up. Here's a kick. And slotted just bottom left of goal to make it a 3-1 lead for Sheridan. Not a lot that Sarah Munn was going to be able to do with that one. That was a perfectly placed penalty kick to get Central on the board. It's a great shot by Alexis Miller.
Wonderful kick there from Central. Again, how do you stop that one?
That one, especially in that position.
Yeah.
From the penalty, not easy, if even possible.
Not even sure a diving save would have.
No,
that would have. Out.
Yeah, that was. There's not a lot of people that could have saved that goal. That was a perfectly placed shot from Alexis Miller. So it's a 3-1 lead for the Lady Broncs now. Bailey Bennick back out there playing center mid, chasing down a couple players. Good to see her back out there, cleared to go. As Avery Von Krosik is going to run this one down behind. She's just going to have to clear this away. She was in kind of an awkward spot in that corner. Didn't have a lot of teammates around her, so she has to clear it out. We'll get a throw in here for Central. And the throw in controlled by Central. And the kick almost across towards the middle. Looking for a teammate. It's going to roll out wide. Good defense being played there by, I believe that was Savannah Child. As Ella Ballou will come up, and she'll come and bring it back.
Nice one-touch.
Yeah, one-touch pass back to her from Parker Tridy. And another good pass to Sydney Warnicki. And Warnicki will have a chance, but good defense being played there.
That setup and play from Sheridan was fantastic. All the way up the field. Good defense, like you said.
Yeah.
From Central.
That was last defender, too. That was Claire Coles on that defensive assignment right there.
Saving the day.
Saved it. Yeah, that would have been another pretty good shot opportunity for Sydney Warnicki, but Claire Coles just clears it away, does a good job. Just under 13 minutes to go here in the first half. We've had a couple of good goals by Sheridan, one penalty goal from Central. 3-0 lead to start, and then the one penalty goal brought it back to a 2-goal deficit for Central. I believe we also have somebody above us flying around trying to get their flight hours in one of the single-engine planes. Seen him cross over a couple times. We got a run here from Warnicki.
It's going to be huge.
The chance. He's going to have to shoot it from an awkward angle, and pretty easy save there by Newton because Warnicki was getting kind of run out of position, and that was going to be a tough shot from her from that angle.
She still got a foot on it.
Yep.
Wow.
Good attempt, good run as well.
Yeah, that single-engine plane coming down a few minutes ago. Looks like they were like taking pictures of the field or something. They probably weren't, but they had such a cool vantage point from there.
Getting the hours in. The pilot hours in. Do you ever want to be a pilot?
I did. I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
And then you had to get glasses, and you're like, well, there goes that.
No, glasses was a recent
really?
change in my life, but I got on my first few carnival rides, and I was like, I am not cut out for this.
He did a couple circles, and
I got on
like,
the
this ain't it.
octopus.
Yes.
And I was like, no, this is not for me. I'm not going to be the next Top Gun.
That's good. You were like, all right, well, now I know.
Yep.
Let's change the dream a little bit. That's good.
Let's not pick something where you have to spin around.
Yeah. Yeah, that would not be for me either, I don't think. I could maybe do commercial pilot. Again, my toxic trait. I do think I could land it if I absolutely needed to. Or at least almost get close. If I had the tower in my ear telling me all the instruments, I do think I could do it. But I understand if you think I'm a moron for that.
I think it's fantastic.
If Samuel L. Jackson can do it on Snakes in a Plane, why can't I?
And if you didn't, they'd be like, you know what?
He tried.
He did a great job.
Right. He tried.
He did it.
He followed all our directions. Again, the surgery was successful, but the patient died.
Here we go.
We get a run here from Sheridan. Juliet Kane coming forward with it. An attempted shot, but way outside and just a little wide. Consoled by Parker Tridy a little bit there.
That was a boot from the 30-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Tried to go a little long goal there. Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first half.
I mean, you're up a few. Take those shots.
Why not? Put it on target.
Yep.
If you put the ball on target, good things will happen. As we'll get another good defensive play here for Sheridan, forcing another throw-in by Central. And the throw-in is going to go out wide again, and the call here is going to be for Central. Another throw-in for Central.
Quick shout-outs to some of our amazing sponsors. We have Farmers Co-op, Chapman Valdez and Lansing, First Bank of Wyoming, Kilpatrick Creations, ERA Carroll Realty, Candlewood Suites, Sheridan College, and Security State Bank. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors.
Yeah, as always, couldn't do it without them.
A little bit of a errant stop or a little errant pass there.
Cheyenne moving forward.
Huge block.
Yeah, nice block there. Von Krosik on it. Back out towards the middle of the field. Central still on it. Some good moves being displayed there. That was 17, Mackenzie Fodder, I believe. Mackenzie Fodder on it. But it's going to be knocked out of play. It's going to be a goal kick here for Sheridan. Get another sub coming on. Avery McMullen will come back on.
The Vegas Golden Knights took out the Minnesota Wild last night to advance.
Yeah, you were excited.
Round. Yeah.
Big Wild guy here, or a big Golden Knights guy here.
Yeah. Really good game.
We've had a lot of good playoff hockey games so far. It's been a good year. I think almost all of them were tied 2-2 going into Friday night or something like that. Or excuse me, like Tuesday night. We've had some really good playoff hockey.
I think the Avs had a good game last night.
They did.
Too.
They won. They forced a Game 7. So that was huge.
Game 7 is going to be wild.
We'll get 2 Game 7s from Denver teams.
Yeah.
The Nuggets have a Game 7 coming up, and the Avs same day tomorrow.
Got two planes flying around up here.
It is a beautiful day to do some flying. I would like to be. I would like to do a pilot. I'd like to be a pilot. I almost said I'd like to do a pilot. That doesn't make any sense. I'd like to be a pilot.
Yeah. I'd like to do the whole plane thing.
That's how I come up to the Sheridan County Airport.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to do the whole plane thing. Sign me up. I'd like to do the whole plane thing, please. I'd like to, but then the common thing that I hear is it's very expensive because you got to pay for the fuel, got to pay for the hangar time. Yeah. So, and then you have to, do a couple hundred hours at different times a day.
Flight Simulator 2025, very realistic. Very realistic.
That's all you need. Feels like I'm really there.
Get a VR headset and Flight Simulator, you're good to go.
I do see TikToks of people that are like, sometimes of people that are just like, flew to my buddy's place.
Yeah.
On a Saturday because I could.
Could you imagine?
And that's kind of cool, yeah.
Hey, I'm going on vacation. Instead of spending 18 hours in the car,
True.
I got there in 2.
I flew to Denver. Yeah. Now, to be fair, if it was a single-engine plane you're flying to Denver, it's still probably taking about 8 hours. And it's going to take you a while to get there.
But the view.
Yeah, exactly. And you're doing it by yourself.
Yep.
No big deal. Sharon with the ball here down in defensive territory, trying to clear it away. Misplayed there, and Avery McMullen's going to get on top of it. It's going to be a one-on-one. She's got to get back towards the middle of the field if she can. She'll take a shot, but it's going to go wide. Pretty good attempt. Good run by McMullen there again. Another nice pass. That one was just misplayed by Claire Coles as well. The ball bounced a little higher than she had thought it was going to. It just went right over her head. And McMullen was on the sprint. You want to know something crazy?
Yes.
The one of the assistant coaches here for the Sheridan Lady Broncs, Hunter Reese.
Okay.
He was my when I was coming up as a freshman in high school. He was like my I think they call them like senior buddies or whatever. The people that would show you around the high school.
That's amazing.
Isn't that weird? I see him every now and again. I'm like, "What's up, man?" It's just weird now because now he's an assistant coach and I'm calling the games. It's like I'm on the Sandlot.
Right,
the end of the
that's
Sandlot.
Amazing.
Anyways,
no, that's super.
I don't know why that popped up in my head.
That's super awesome.
Sheridan going to win the 50-50 ball after the goal kick here. Again, lots of battles here in the midfield here this evening. But Sheridan doing a good job on them.
Yeah.
The 50-50 balls, they are winning.
Walking away from all these little battles.
Now another good pass to Sydney Warnicki on the outside. She's going to have to chase it down. She does. She should get across. She does get across. She puts a charge into it. She hits it off the uprights. She kicked that hard.
That had the setup to be a beautiful cross.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that on the left side? Was that Ella Ballou?
Ella Ballou's over there, yep,
she
on the
was waiting
left.
for that one.
Yeah, he hit that one. She hit that one hard.
The crossbar was waiting for a while.
Yeah.
Or the upright, rather.
So, Central, again, going to have to try to get it out of their own area. They have been struggling with that so far this evening. Avery Von Krosik going to throw it in. And she's going to find one of her teammates, Parker Tridy. And back to Von Krosik on the near side here. Central trying to get it out of their own area again. They get on top of it. Then a turnover. Now Tridy will get it, send it back out wide to Warnicki. And she's going to send it over to Ella Ballou. And it's going to come back to McMullen. And then back out wide once again. Good move there. But that's Danny Grooms down there on the left side. And the shot taken off the crossbar.
I think that went in.
Did it go in off the crossbar then in?
Nope.
Oh, man,
Ref's saying no.
They're calling for it. I think it was McMullen who was calling for it there. I was looking down at my scorebook to see who it was that made that initial pass.
Now, the full ball needs to pass the threshold, correct?
Not a...
It was close.
Yeah, the whole thing has to go over the goal line.
It was close.
Put a ringer into the crossbar.
That was bar down ski from... What?
McMullen, who took the shot.
From a mile.
Yeah, she took it from about the 22-yard line, it looks like. That was... Wow. That's a crazy shot from there.
That was awesome.
Nearly went in. If you look on our live stream, you can almost make the argument that it did go in, but obviously no replay for the referees down there, so... call it how they see it. As we get a chance here for Cheyenne Central, but Sarah Munn going to come up and play a good sweeper keeper.
It hit that crossbar super hard, went straight down. There's almost no way to defend against that shot.
No, that one, you're
well taken shot.
I was going to say for that one, you're slapping the crossbar because it's your buddy right there. That's about it, because I'm looking back at the replay on the stream, and that's about as close as it's going to get as far as coming down and touching the line.
It had a little spin on it.
Yeah. That one was very close.
But don't trust my vision. I'm also thinking, like, in golf, I smash that ball. It's got to be like
true.
300 yards, and I get up to the ball, and I'm like, oh, that was like a.
That's what every golfer does that, though, you know? You're like, I really got a hold of that one.
I'm like walking past it. Like,
right.
My buddy's like, what are you doing? You're like,
it's right here.
Way back here. He drove 10 miles past.
You barely got past the youth tees.
Yeah, you're right. That's me.
No, I get that. You get a hole. You're like, well, I got it. It's a par 5. I get it. It might be in the hole, guys.
Yeah. Did we check the hole?
Did we check the hole? Yeah.
Yeah.
The common adage. We're going to get a free kick here for the Lady Broncs. About the midfield area.
I did that last season.
Yeah.
It was on the Albatross out at Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not find the ball.
That's the worst. When you know you got a hold of it.
And I was like, you know what? I'll check the pin. I really thought it could have been in there, but you know what? I never found that ball.
It is funny how...
I did hit the green, though.
It is funny that when that happens and you almost convince yourself, like the closer you get to the hole,
you're like,
that it went
there.
in.
It's in there. It's got to be.
And then you don't see it, and you're like, well, it's gone. I'm not going to find it.
I mean, I swear there's some kind of bird or
varmint
out there just taking my ball.
It's the, you ever seen Caddyshack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's the little gopher.
Love
That's what always happens. Always a little gopher. Avery McMullen going to have a shot here, coming forward with it, and try to find Ella Ballou on the outside. Good through ball to her. She's going to get to it. And Ella Ballou is going to send it back towards the middle, and Sydney Warnicki going to get on it. She's going to try to take a shot, and that was a good shot, but again, just a little wide.
She was aiming for that far post, too.
Yeah, it was a tough angle, but she nearly got that post. If she would have hit the post there, it probably could have bounced back in.
Right idea, right play.
Got about 30 seconds left here in this first half. It's counting down, so this will be more than likely the last bit of play that we'll get from either team. Central sends it away. One immediately by Sheridan. Ella Ballou is going to have an opportunity to move things forward here. She's got it. Another nice move by Ella Ballou. Down to 7 seconds. Looking for some teammates in the middle. Try to find an opening. Down to 3 seconds. Passing out wide. And that is going to be how this first half will end. So, Sheridan, very productive first half. Get a goal, get 2 goals within 25 seconds from each other. Then they score again in the 19th minute mark. And then Central will cut the lead down to 2 after a penalty kick goal at about the 14-minute, 23-second mark. So a 3-1 lead here for Sheridan as we head into halftime. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back with more Sheridan Lady Bronc soccer here in just a little bit. You're watching live on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media YouTube and Facebook pages. And welcome back, Lady Bronc fans. We're about to get underway here for the second half between the Sheridan Lady Broncs and the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians. Thank you for sticking with us, joining with us here today. The Lady Broncs jumped out to a big-time 3-0 lead, and they gave up one on a penalty kick towards the halfway point of that second half. A little bit past the halfway point in that first half, I should say, as they lead 3-1 here. As we are underway here to get things going. Sheridan started with the ball, and they will continue with the ball here. Sydney Warnicki, good touch there to try to get past a couple defenders. But Central going to come up with it, and then immediately turn it back over to Ella Ballou, who's coming up the other side. We're going to get to see Ella Ballou here on the near side this time. She's been very productive on the far side in that first half.
Sheridan now moving right to left.
Sheridan again wearing the blue kits. Blue tops, blue bottoms, and Central with the white tops, black bottoms on your screen. Again, big thank you to everybody joining us. Big shout out to Camco Federal Credit Union, Range, and McDonald's, as always. And McDonald's, they want to remind you and invite you out before or after the soccer matches at either of their locations on North Main Street or on Coffeen Avenue. Right now, you can get a 20-piece chicken McNugget for $6, or you can go with the McValue meal for buy one and add one for just $1 more. You can stop by after the game or before the game on North Main and Coffeen Avenue on McDonald's, or McDonald's in Buffalo and in Gillette as well. So big thank you to McDonald's as well for their sponsorship for these broadcasts and all of our broadcasts, so we wouldn't be able to do it without them. Cheyenne Central's going to have an opportunity here, and a shot on target and into the back of the net. Munn got her hands on it, but just slipped by her fingertips, and that will be a goal.
That was a good setup and execution there from Central. Munn, wish she had that block again.
She wish she had it back, yep. It's a goal for Ava Newton.
Good attempt, though. She moved out, she dove, and she had that hand on it, but it did roll through after the stop.
It just slipped through the cracks there. It's a goal for Ava Newton as the goal scorer. And the assist will go to Autumn Ellison. So they open the scoring in the second half here. The 38-20 mark on the halfway point. So now, only a one-goal lead here for Sheridan. They'd love to get at least one more. They've had plenty of opportunities to try to get another one. And they'll need to try to do it again here. 3-2 lead now for the Lady Broncs. Goal for Ava Newton in this one, as well as Alexis Miller, who scored the PK. And one assist for Autumn Ellison for Central.
Central coming out with a little bit more spark, a little bit more pep in the step.
Some good passes early on here as well. That one's going to roll out of play. Some good defense being played there by Sheridan. Ella Ballou going to try to find it back towards the middle of the field. Juliet Kane going to get on top of it, try to send it forward to Sydney Warnicki. Does so successfully. Waiting for a couple people to move forward. Good cross here to McMullen. It's going to bounce over the head of Elise Newton, but then she's able to get on top of it and wrangle it. And she will reset. That was a dangerous opportunity there for the Lady Broncs once again. By the way, just learned from Kevin Coyle.
Yes.
I have been vindicated. The Broncs do not play again at home this season. So the one that we saw, that we broadcast, that we told everybody was the last game of the year, and then I thought I was wrong after the game was over, it was indeed the last game of the year here at home for the Sheridan
We were
Broncs.
right.
So we were right. Woo-wee! That is how you do broadcasting, ladies and gentlemen.
I had all the fields.
Yeah,
I was
I know.
like, some of these guys are spending their last time on this field ever.
I made the statement, then I thought I was wrong about the statement, and then I sat in it for about a day, and then I asked Kevin, and he was like, "No, that was our last game."
If you need to know scores or game times or what's going on, Kevin your
Coyle
resource.
He's an encyclopedia, that dude. We got an attempt here. Ella Ballou gonna have a shot, go near post, and it goes off the wheel of the goal. So out of play, goal kick.
All right, so tomorrow we have Lady Broncs tomorrow at noon, and then Tuesday we have
Lady
a
Broncs.
game that's been switched to 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
which is Lady Broncs.
True.
And then that's...
And then we have one Friday that I thought was the Broncs again, but it's actually the Lady Broncs.
Oh, excellent. Okay,
So-
we got a few more games in.
Yes. It is
That's
all Lady Broncs the rest of the way.
Okay.
I thought it was weird, too. I was like, they're having senior night. It's not their last game at home? I always thought that that's what it was. And it was what it was.
Well, thank you, Kevin Coyle.
Yeah, I know. Vindicated by Kevin Coyle. Make that the book title.
Our shared media sports director.
Mm-hmm.
Out there getting tons of footage of everything.
Always on top of things. Great headed pass there by Avery McMullen. Ella Ballou out wide once again, moving down the field. Going to try to put another move on her defender here. She's been doing very good on that left wing. She gets around her defender, moving back towards the center. And then nice defense, team defense being played there by Central to clear it away.
Crowd not happy about the extra activities during the play there.
Yep.
And no call. I didn't think it was too bad.
No, this is some good forceful play. We'll get another foul here against McMullen, and it'll be a free kick for Cheyenne Central. And kicking it away on the free kick. Tough play there.
In the air, taking the head, and the ball came so hard it knocked her down.
Yeah, she kind of got swept up under her. She wins a free kick. That was Danny Grooms on that. She wins the free kick. Sheridan will take it, find Ella Ballou down the field. And some tough passes there. Ella Ballou may have had a chance, but rolls too heavily down to Elise Newton. She'll pick it up and clear it away for Cheyenne Central. Yeah, again, we'll have Sheridan again tomorrow. The Lady Broncs will be taking on East. That one will be at noon. We have another one Tuesday. That one's game time was set for 6 p.m. It got moved up to 5 p.m. And then we'll have one more game for the Lady Broncs again next Friday as well. And that one will be the end of the season for both of these teams, at least as far as our broadcasts go. They'll move on to regionals and state tournament. That is also going on down at Thunder Basin in Gillette for both regionals and state tournaments. And Kevin Coyle will have all of the action for you down there as far as recaps and everything goes. So keep an eye on SheridanMedia.com for all of that information. As well, a free kick here for Sheridan. Sent down, bouncing around. Again, Newton coming up and grabbing it. Nice play by her.
Newton's doing a fantastic job charging up to that ball.
Yeah, she's playing pretty smart back there. She's only had a couple of mistakes, but not really on her. More of her defense that kind of just got beat a couple of times. Allowed some one-on-ones that were hard to play some defense against. Another decently attempted pass there by Warnicki, but right when she kicked it, she knew she put too much weight on it. As McMullen was making a run, but too strong. Good move there.
Look at Ella Ballou getting back real fast to cover that ball.
Playing strong defense, but also a winger here on this near side. She's going to win the ball, try to find Sydney Warnicki out wide, and she does. And then Warnicki's going to try to find Parker Tridy, trying to make a run on the outside herself, but Central going to intercept it. Some softball score updates here for you for the Sheridan Lady Broncs. They tied with Wheatland this evening, 9-9 tie, and then they lost to East 9-7. Both those games were down in Wheatland. They'll play again tomorrow at Torrington. They'll play Torrington tomorrow at Torrington, and then Central at Torrington as well tomorrow. And then the boys game, the Sheridan Bronc soccer team, they're taking on Central as well. That one, last score update we got, that one is tied at 0 as well. So both these Sheridan teams taking on Sheridan Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer teams taking on Central here this evening. But on the scoreboard, at least, Sheridan Lady Broncs a little bit more effective here so far.
Been a great game.
It has been a great game. Lots of action here. Lots of back and forth. Ella Ballou going to move forward with it here. She's been very good. She's had the ball on a stick. That's not the string. Yeah. Dang it. Dang it, I messed it up. Had a ball on a string attached to her foot. She's been running around with it.
That footwork, though.
Yeah, she's been great with the ball at her feet. Very effective. Just over 31 minutes to go here in this second half. Again, leading 3-2, Lady Broncs are. Most recent goals have both come from Central, though, so they've come back in this game a little bit. But Sheridan still pushing forward. As we'll have another shot from far away, saved by Elise Newton. May have gone out of play. It was kind of tough to tell from this angle.
Great kick, great shot, great save.
Sheridan's had a couple of those attempts from about 25 yards out. Been pretty close.
I love when the sun is setting right here. This is just like perfect soccer.
Yeah, we got a perfect view too.
You get a little bit of shadow on the field. It looks really cool from up here.
Cross here for Warnicki. Going to land at the feet of the defense for Central. And Elise Newton will pick it up. As the goal kick here, kind of bouncing around in kind of an awkward area. It's going to be run out of play. It'll be Sheridan throw-in. Also, a big thank you to Camco Federal Credit Union, as always, as well. They can help you finance your home, the home you've been looking for, in fact. They also offer home equity lines of credit as well. You can come in today or apply online at CamcoFCU.com. Camco Federal Credit Union is a member NCUA and an equal housing lender, supporting Bronc and Lady Bronc soccer. And big thank you to them, as always. Sheridan going to make, Ella Ballou going to try to make a big interception here, and good defense being played, forcing a throw in here for the Lady Broncs.
A few more shout-outs to some of our amazing sponsors. We have Security State Bank, Waring Chevrolet, EVIA Hearing and Sound, First Federal Bank and Trust, Thompson Master Masons, Bank of Sheridan, Sheridan Rec District, and First Northern Bank. Thank you again to all of our amazing sponsors that make this possible.
Big attempt there by Sydney Warnicki. She was a little out wide, and she brought that one, just curled that one in just a little bit more. She would have had that top left corner. That would have been a nasty goal. But just a little high and wide. You know what I did today?
What's that?
I got a paper cut on the spot in between the nail.
I was about to say, in
Worst.
between the nail, that is
Awful.
Absolute worst.
I was putting stuff into the filing cabinet and just caught me. The worst. Paper cuts are just... I appreciate the fact that we invented paper, but...
Yeah, the cuts we get from them?
Yeah. We got to ask ourselves, has it been worth it? In the long run. Paper cuts are terrible. We'll get another throw in here from Central. They're moving down the field a little bit. At about the 33-yard line in the offensive area. Actually, going to push it back a little bit more. It's going to be closer to 38-yard line. Throw in here. Sheridan going to get on top of it and clear it away. It'll be another throw in here from Central as they're just inching up the field.
Central has the pressure here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, most recent goals have been scored from Central, so Sheridan got off to the hot start. They got up 3-0, but Central chipping away. And they're in the attacking area.
When I'm playing any game, I hate being up by 1.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
All the pressure in the world on you,
Yep.
especially after you've had a big lead, too.
In my head, I'm weird. In my head, I'm like, we're at a tie.
Yeah.
I need to score one more. I need to defend these. I need to work for it.
That's probably a more common... That's probably more normal than you'd think.
Okay, good.
Especially, well, and if you're up big, too, like Sheridan had been up big,
Yeah.
and if you're now only down by 1, the pressure just keeps building, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, are we messing this up? Are we blowing this away? Big goal here for Sheridan, or a goal would be big here for Sheridan if they're able to relieve some of that pressure. But again, Central come out, and they've played some good recovery here.
And like you said, the only team that Sheridan has had a draw against.
Mm-hmm.
No losses.
Yeah, no losses on the season. The lone draw has come against this Central team earlier in the year. We'll get a through ball here, trying to find Avery McMullen, but a little bit too much weight on it there. And rolls out to Newton, the goalkeeper position. Good goal kick here. Do you think a lot of these people, a lot of the Lady Bronc, or a lot of the players just in general, like when you played soccer,
Mm-hmm.
I know, a long time ago.
Yeah, ages ago.
Whenever you took headers, like after a game, and you've taken a couple headers, not even thinking about it, Ella Ballou gets a through ball here over the top. She's going to try to get some nasty footwork in again, and takes a shot, but saved again nicely by Newton. Whenever you're taking, like, after a full game of just regular soccer, you're taking a couple headers or whatever. Did you have a headache?
Not a headache. I actually stopped taking the big headers.
Yeah.
And did more like a chest trap instead.
Yeah.
Not something that was often done by players, but I definitely started doing that.
Because you were getting headaches?
Not headaches.
Yeah.
It just made me a little dizzy. Like, not dizzy per se, but threw me off a little bit.
Like I say, if it's making you dizzy, that's arguably worse.
But I would take, being a defender most of the time, I would take some of those really high balls or blocks straight to the forehead like we saw earlier.
Right to the dome, yeah.
So when I had the opportunity, I took a chest trap instead, which was not the cool thing to do, but...
And you were like, look, I get it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A couple subs going on here for the Lady Broncs.
I'd rather not be cross-eyed on the long bus ride home.
Yep. Oh, yeah, especially on the bus ride. If you got a headache, too. It's the worst.
Sometimes I started messing up some of the headers and would take them on accident to the top of the head, not the front of the head.
That's the worst spot, yeah.
Oh, those will give you a giant headache.
That's the ones that make your head, it feels like your head vibrated.
Yeah.
Pass out
She's gonna
wide.
win it. She's going to win it. Oh.
Just a step out. She's going to kick it out for a goal kick. Good idea from Parker Tridy, trying to find Cindy Warnicki on the outside again. Excuse me. Not Warnicki, that is Gabby Greer out there. Cindy Warnicki just came out. Subbed off. At what point does it get... At what point for, like, when you're playing, do you become unafraid of the headers? Or is there ever a point?
I don't know. I never really felt comfortable with the headers.
Yeah.
I felt comfortable, like, just charging the ball straight through players, but never felt comfortable with the headers.
It is. You kind of have to... I mean, you do have to kind of psych yourself out.
Yeah.
For your entire life, you've been told don't get hit in the head with anything. And now you're like, I got to head this one.
Yeah, never had a problem with that part.
Out wide to Ella Belushi. She's going to try to save it, but it's going to roll out once again. And
one of the only sports that you do take headers.
True. Probably the only sport that I could think of off the top of my head.
So in coaching in Y soccer, they are not allowed to use their head on any contact of the ball.
That makes sense. Especially, I mean, because you're coaching the first graders, kindergartners?
Second, third grade.
Second, third grade.
And they are having a blast.
Yeah.
I love watching them play.
There's I mean, I've never done it. I've thought about wanting to do that, just like coaching, like kids baseball, like Little League baseball. But I have to imagine there's nothing that's quite like teaching kids like that and seeing the joy on their face when they finally accomplish stuff. Yeah.
Shout out Y Soccer.
Of course.
They need coaches most of the time. And this season, I believe they're still looking for refs. So,
referees.
So please help if you can.
Absolutely. Help the
it's
kids
not
out.
hard at all, but it's a blast. The kids are out there having a fun time.
Through ball here to the outside, trying to find Gabby Greer, but it goes out of play. Yeah, and you know what? You could be one of the stepping stones to this for a Lady Bronc or a Bronc in the future.
Right.
Come up and play some high school soccer themselves. And beyond, maybe. Maybe they'll end up going playing club soccer in Spain. Like one of our
you could be
viewers.
like, hey, I coach that.
Yeah, exactly. As you're trying to sign your... That'll be one of your references when you're signing your contract for Manchester United to be the manager.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I've wanted to do that. I'm not like I never played soccer growing up, so I couldn't be a soccer coach or anything. But
yeah, you could. You could.
You think so?
You have all the knowledge, especially at like younger levels.
Yeah, that's true. You're kind of teaching the basics, sort of thing.
It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like spread out, pass the ball, and be aggressive. And have a good time.
Right, have fun.
Yeah, it's all about the
Rule
good
number
time.
one. Good move here by McMullen. Going to push forward, try to take a shot off her left foot, but goes out of play. It'll be another goal kick for Newton. Yeah, rule number one, have fun. That goes for these kids as well. I mean, from kindergarten to senior in high school and beyond, the first rule of thumb for any sport should just be Do it because you're having fun.
I love seeing these players here come off the field, and they have a giant smile on their face. You
Yeah.
can just tell they're just having the time of their life out there.
Exactly. Yeah, you get some players just in general, especially growing up, where you kind of lose sight of that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Even as a kid, because you're kind of just taught through different means, through different funnels, that it becomes more about winning than anything.
Yeah.
And you kind of just lose sight of what the purpose should be. And of course, winning is obviously very important, and you want to win. But if it overtakes having fun, Ella Baloo going to have an opportunity here in the middle. She's going to try to cross it back over. And
nice play
to Becca, and she takes a shot, but saved. Bailey Bennick, excuse me.
I think youth sports have a lot of benefit to kids. Winning and losing, teamwork, team sports. I think they're all giant learning lessons for these kids.
Hugely beneficial.
You learn a lot when you're working as a team. You learn a lot when you lose.
Absolutely. You get some of your best life lessons when you lose.
Yep.
Learn a lot about yourself. Bailey Bennett going to come forward with it here. Fine, trying to find a teammate in the middle. It's McMullen. She's going to send it out wide to Baloo. And Baloo's going to hold up. She's going to send it back towards the middle. Avery McMullen's going to get it at her feet. She's going to take a shot, but perfectly placed was Elise Newton, who will get her gloves on it and make the save.
What smart soccer we're playing here.
Yeah.
We're not just rushing up and getting excited and kicking the ball towards the net. We're taking our time. We're seeing those passes. Oh, missed that.
Sarah Munn's going to come up and just clear this one away. Good keeping by her again. Yeah, lots of good passes so far. Not good patience. Not getting too panicky with the ball.
This is smart soccer. That play we just saw right there. Pass back.
Yep, just like this. This perfect build-up play on the outside. It's going to be Savannah Child with it. She's going to send it back out to Ella Baloo. Ella Baloo's going to come down, wait for an opening. She's going to get back towards the middle. Bailey Bennick is going to initially have it, but a little too heavy of a touch, and it goes back to Cheyenne Central. But now Sheridan going to get back on top of it, move back a little bit towards the midfield. Sheridan going to push up. And Bailey Bennick is going to get it at her feet. She's going to try to take a shot, but it's going to go wide for another goal kick. Do you have any sports that you wish you'd played as a high schooler kid?
Like I said, I was terrible at baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely horrible. Wish I would have done track a little bit more. Yeah.
Did you do track at all?
No.
See, I was never... I mean, there's other things to track, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I was never a runner, obviously.
One thing I do miss, and I didn't think about it at the time, obviously, but when I could just run like 5 miles and not even think about it, I definitely miss that. I was in the best shape of my life.
That's the other thing is some people don't realize when they're growing up is when you're 18 to 25, that's usually about the prime of your body.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that. You know what I wish you would have played golf. I never played.
You know what? I didn't start playing golf and taking it kind of like not seriously.
Mm-hmm. But keeping track of scores and everything.
Yeah, I wish I would have played that in high school.
Yeah, same. That's one I regret. I signed up one year, but I never actually ended up playing. I don't know why, but I wish I would have done that. I tried to play basketball. Again, not great at it. Football was never really for me. But I wish I would have played golf.
Now, golf, I play as I play hockey. I'm left-handed, but I play with right-handed golf clubs.
Ambidextrous.
Yeah.
For your swing.
My dad was like, I'm teaching you how to play right-handed.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he did.
Yeah, true.
But
it's a lot finding anything of use in both golf, and I would assume hockey as well, is hard to find for lefties.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is for golf, because left-handed clubs are always more expensive.
Yep. But my left hand being more dominant, I definitely find myself pulling more with my left hand, which doesn't always work well with a swing, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I was always a. I do everything with my right side of my body. I've realized as I've been. We're going to cross here from Bailey Bennett. A good cross. It's going to land at the feet of Sydney Warnicki. She's going to try to find a teammate in the middle here. She's got to kind of reset. And Central's going to come away with it, try to clear it away. But again, good high pressure from Sheridan. Still in the offensive area. I don't know the last time we saw it outside of the offensive area for Sheridan with Central having the ball. Not just a clearance.
It's been about 10 minutes.
I was going to say, it's been forever. Got about 15 minutes to go here, and as I say that, Central moving into the offensive area. Again, announcer's jinx, and then nice through ball. Central going to try to find a teammate, but knocked away nicely by Sheridan. Man, the announcer's jinx, there's nothing like it.
It's real. It's real.
There's nothing
Danny
like
Grooms
it.
did a good job getting that out of there. I think that was Danny Grooms. 19? Or is that 16? I should probably put my glasses
Sydney
on.
Zabrowski, Danny Grooms, both of them do play center back.
Speaking of glasses.
Yeah, there you are. What was I,
We're talking about favorite sports
what was
we
I
should have
saying?
played.
I totally forgot. Sarah Munn going to come up and grab this one. And she's going to send it away on the free kick, or the goal kick. Another throw in here for Sheridan in the midfield, trying to find Bailey Bennick. And Bailey trying to find Sydney Warnicki. Collision at the middle of the field.
Both players get up just fine.
Yep. Erin Newton on the ball here. She's going to send it out wide to Warnicki. Again, another
ball to the face.
Yeah, another ball to the face. She's all right, though. It's 3 in a row. Or not 3 in a row, but 3 we've had in this game. Oh, good nutmeg. That was Sydney Warnicki with the nutmeg, but couldn't get back on top of it. Now Erin Newton's going to come up and take it away. Avery Von Krosik coming back on defense.
So I take that back. I wish I would have played hockey when I was younger and didn't start as an adult.
Yeah, actually, that's a good. Me too. After my first year at novice, I was like, oh man, I wish I would have done this when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I stopped playing. I played when I was way younger. But
yeah. I went skating with my dad all the time in Casper, and it was fantastic. But I wish I would have played actual hockey. I played a lot of street hockey, a lot of roller hockey, a lot of ball hockey and stuff. But
never took up ice hockey.
Ice hockey. I used to drive past when it was outside all the time. I was like, you know what? I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then
just never did it.
4 or 5 years ago, I finally did.
Yep. Same. Except this year, not 4 or 5 years ago.
We have such a good, for all sports too, but hockey as well. We have good hockey community
Shot here goes high. It's a good opportunity there for Parker Treddy. Yeah, our hockey community in terms of
how many adults that play.
Yeah, and are super welcoming too, which is huge.
It's unheard of in both sports.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. My right side, I'm very dominant, very right side dominant. Right hand with everything. Right, my right leg is my. If I were to kick a soccer ball, I'd kick it with my right leg.
Yeah.
As Sydney Warnicki gets on top of it here, trying to find an opening, looking for a teammate, maybe in the middle. She can push out wide, then crosses it over, and good block away. That was Claire Coates who blocked that one away. And now Newton's going to get on top of it. She's going to take a shot, but blocked again. I keep trying to get to this point, and then there's strong build-up play from Sheridan.
Sheridan.
Yeah.
Picking up intensity right now.
Yeah, it feels like they know they want to get one more goal here to feel comfortable, and free kick will be given to Newton at about the 25-yard line outside the hash, the far hash. What I was saying is I started lifting weights a lot more recently.
Yeah.
I've noticed I have to start doing single arm stuff.
Training your offhand.
Yeah, my offhand. I've realized my left arm is not nearly as strong as my right arm has been.
As far as your brain goes, try using your wireless mouse at home or work.
True.
And your offhand.
And the free kick here is going to be sent a little too high from Tridy. Yeah, thankfully I've learned how to do that a little bit more, just because as far as that goes, that's a little bit easier. But everything else, like writing with my left hand, dude, if you were to tell me, hey, write with your left hand or we will kidnap you.
Right.
No way.
I type so much I can barely write with my dominant
yeah,
hand.
that's true. Yeah, it's taken over.
I'm a horrible human being when it comes to like basic things that we should be able to do.
Yeah. I like to physically write, but I'm definitely much more of a typer.
It feels such a chore to me now.
Really?
Yeah.
Just writing in general?
Yeah, I can type so fast.
Yeah,
and
true.
Accurate. It feels so like barbaric sometimes.
Barbaric. That's funny. Writing feels barbaric. You know, one thing I want to learn how to do, like later in life probably, is the stenography.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like in the courtrooms. Oh, my man. I see those people. That's my dream. I see those people type, and I'm like, oh, my God, that's like 180 words per minute. This is awesome.
I've been trying to learn Morse code, and it's...
Oh, man.
It's harder than I thought.
Free kick looking for Sydney Warnicki, but just out of her reach. So it'll be another goal kick. Yeah, I'd believe that. Morse code's no thank you. Everybody should probably know it though, right? That's one of those things.
Not anymore. I don't
No?
know. 9 minutes left, and Sheridan is put their foot on the gas.
Yeah, they're attacking here. Again, they've had a ton of possession here in this attacking area of the field in the second half. They just have not been able to put a goal in the back of the net to make this a more comfortable 2-goal lead. But they're keeping it down here. I mean, if anything, that also works. So they're up 3-2. Now Tridy's going to take a shot, but that one's going to go high as well, and it'll be another goal kick. Man.
Sheridan wants this goal.
Yeah. Newton's going to be exhausted after this game.
Yeah.
She's been working like crazy down there. The goalkeeper in between the pipes and the defenders.
Doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Munn having to move around just to keep warmed up down there on her side.
And moving back and forth. McMullen looking for Warnicki. Another good weighted pass. Warnicki's going to stop it, then take the shot, and a goal off the near post, or through the side of the near post, I should say, and into the back of the net. And finally, the constant pressure for Sheridan finally pays off as we get another goal here for the Lady Broncs. And on it was Sydney Warnicki.
She feinted like she was going right to the far post, and she snuck that in with a little sneaker to the near post. Wow, what a shot. They're playing such smart soccer. I keep on saying that. I don't remember playing this smart of soccer. These young ladies are amazing.
Much different style of play from when you were playing, right?
Mine was like brute and brawn, and this is like smart plays.
Defender, though. You were a defender, to be fair.
Yeah. I used to just run people over.
Should have played football.
Right?
So that's like another goal for Sydney Warnicki. She's got 2 on the day here. And the assist, a second for Avery McMullen as well. And that one came with about 8 minutes left to go in this second half, I should say.
This is an opportunity here from Central. Shut down.
Central coming forward with it, but knocked out of play for a throw-in. Central with it. They're going to cross it over, but Sheridan going to clear it away. And now Sheridan going to have it, and Sydney Warnicki's going to have to run down to get this one and make an attempt. She's going to slow up, trying to wait for her teammates to get to the central area. Then back out to Tridy. Tridy will take a shot, and that one's off the top post.
Gosh.
And Tridy will get back on top, but try to take another shot, but then it goes wide for a goal kick. Man, that was close.
She rung that crossbar. That's the second huge crossbar shot this game.
She hit that hard. It was off the crossbar where the crossbar and the post meet here on this near side. We've had a lot of those chances for Sheridan. 6:30 to go here in this second half. Sheridan leading 4-2. Sheridan with the ball again, moving forward with it. Another through ball, great pass again this time. And a cross over to McMullen, and that one, crossbar again. That time, Maver McMullen on it and rang it off the crossbar. Another great cross for Ella Ballou. As Parker Tridy gets on it, or excuse me, Juliet Kane gets on it, and then she gets fouled. And she's
down for a second.
Down.
Looks like she's in some pain. We got the trainer heading out there.
Coming out.
Just back up, walk it off.
Yep. Hopefully just a cramp. She is walking it off.
Obviously, we'd love to see these players be able to walk off the field after something like that.
Under her own power. Yeah, hopefully just a cramp. Possible to tell from up here, but she is walking off under her own power.
Happens to everyone.
Yep, especially after a long game like this where a lot of these players have been running around for a long time. Get the pickle juice out. The free kick taken. It's going to go wide. We got about 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the second half. Sheridan leading 4-2. Got their fourth goal with about 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go. But before that, it had been 2 straight for Cheyenne Central, and they pulled within 1. We'll have another cross here from Ella Ballou, and then a shot blocked nicely by the Central defender. And then coming forward with it was Sydney Zabrowski, looking for an opportunity there. And it's going to be knocked out of play. Be a throw in here for Central up the field.
One more quick shout out to our sponsors. We have First Northern Bank, One Health, Midway Auto and RV, Branded 307, Wyoming Department of Transportation, Best Real Estate, Sheridan Wyo Sports Cards, A+ Plumbers, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Thank you again, and you know what? These broadcasts are really brought to you by them.
Yep. Couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do it without a big thank you to Range as well. You got to remember cyber attacks. They don't just put your data at risk. They also put your productivity at risk too. Range's managed IT services gives you a full suite of data protection. Let the Range experts take care of your company's cybersecurity, and they're supporting youth sports in Sheridan County and beyond. You can go online for more information to range.net. And also a big thank you to Larry Soro Jr. and the staff at McDonald's as we get a long cross here, but it's going to be stopped by Elise Newton. Remember, they would like to, Larry Storo Jr. and the staff at McDonald's, they'd like to invite you out after this game here this evening at either of their locations on North Main Street or on Coffeen Avenue. Right now, you can get a 20-piece chicken McNugget for just $6, or go with the McValue meal for buy one and add one more for $1 more. Stop by after the game on North Main and Coffeen Avenue, or McDonald's in Buffalo and Gillette to satisfy that evening meal down at McDonald's. Big thank you to them as always as well.
As always, that sounds amazing as I'm about to take my drive.
I know, I was going to say.
It's about that time.
Yeah, these games always end at right about the time I want to be eating something, so that sounds delicious.
Thanks for the reminder.
We got about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go here.
Some of my favorite sweet and sour sauce in the world right there.
I'll back you up on that one. Big time. Now my mouth is watering. Just moving forward with it here. Cheyenne, again, going to try to push as many bodies forward as possible as they're going to try to get a last couple gasps for air. 4-2 lead for the Lady Broncs. Trying to close this one out. About 3 minutes to go. Just under 3 minutes to go. Again, if they can hold this one, the Lady Broncs will have avenged their lone draw of the season. Undefeated. And their lone draw came to this Central team a little bit earlier in the year. It was a 1-1 draw. So they can avenge that here if they can keep the lead. Or if they can expand on it and end with the win, the victory.
McMullen literally just went head-to-head against a Cheyenne player.
Ella Ballou going to get it here. Going to take the shot, but saved nicely by Elise Newton.
Another rocket.
Yeah, Newton doing a good job holding on to that one. She's going to clear it away here. Down to 2 minutes here in this second. And sending it out wide towards Ella Ballou. And we're going to get a... Oh, we have a player for...
Oh, thank you. I missed that,
yeah,
actually.
so did I. That's going to stop the clock. So with the player down, we're going to get a pause in the action here really quickly. Again, hopefully just a cramp. Minute 39. Stop the clock here. Read timeout.
Big shout out to Coleman for doing such an awesome job on the camera. And as the sun's going, beautiful view we have up here at Homer Scott Field. One of the best I've been in.
Honestly, we're probably home. But definitely one of the best press boxes for in the state.
Yeah.
Down in Central, it's 3. And actually, the Sheridan Broncs, they will get their first loss of the season against Cheyenne Central. That'll 5-1-2. So first loss of the season for the Broncs comes this Central team, not this Central team, Central High School.
Marlo Ellis able to walk the field here for Cheyenne Central.
But she is walking off under her own. Again, about a minute 39 to go.
Who do we play tomorrow?
East.
All right.
Cheyenne East.
Go from
Central to East. I think they always end up like a lot of the schools down there towards the end of the season, so I don't have to worry about it, at least for the soccer teams and basketball.
Get a double-decker bus.
Dude, honestly, it's not, at this point, and again, not the biggest road trip guy in the world. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? We're tasting just for that one.
Yeah.
Drive is a long one. Again, you could be living in like this, and it's a 10-hour drive to the other side of the state. But
true,
you know,
true.
Still,
those Texas teams travel a lot, especially for football and stuff.
I asked one of my buddies about that, and because he lived in Texas and he actually played soccer for a team out of Dallas, and Dallas a little different because it's kind of in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
He said that they would take like, not consistently, but you know, once every year there was like a 7 to 8 hour road trip that they would go on for a matchup. So we get another through ball here for Central. A little last gasp, but nice defense there by Sydney Zabrowski.
It takes a whole day just to drive through Texas.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just to get to one end to the other. It's
from
full day.
From north to south, that's like a whole day work right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're basically taking, if you're in high school, you're taking the whole day off of school just to get there. And then you got to actually play the game.
After that long bus trip, that's awful.
And then you're staying the night usually, because you're not driving back in the middle of the night, obviously. Can you imagine, like, and there's not a lot of teams in Alaska, but can you imagine like that? Because it's biggest area-wise.
Chartered flights.
Yeah, honestly. Just, you know, somebody, let's
let's
ask
have
for
a fundraiser.
I was going to say, let's hit the fundraiser. Let's get the fundraiser for either the chartered flights or the PJ, you know?
Yep.
If we really go out crazy, let's get the PJ. Sheridan going to try to wrap this one up here. We got 10 seconds. Sheridan well on their way to continuing this unbeaten streak. 4-2 victory here for the Sheridan Lady Broncs, and they will stay undefeated and avenge that 1-1 draw that they had earlier in the season. Your player of the games, if you will, Sydney Warnicki. She had 2 goals of her own, and Avery McMullen, 2 assists of her own, both coming off of goals by Sydney Warnicki. Ella Ballou had a goal and an assist, and Parker Tridy had a goal and an assist of her own as well.
What a good showing today.
Great games. Great game for both the Lady Broncs and the Cheyenne Central Lady Indians. Congrats to the Lady Broncs avenging that lone draw of the season. They continue their undefeated run. They'll play again tomorrow. We'll have it live for you here at Homer Scott Field, taking on Cheyenne East. Lady Broncs again at noon tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. We'll have it right here for you. Big thank you to Steven joining me along the broadcast.
Thank you so much.
Coleman doing his good work on the camera. I've been your play-by-play guy, James Timberlake, and we'll be back tomorrow for